We begin this video in the Hollywood of the South. I returned to Covington, Georgia for the 5th time. This will be our 5th filming locations video here on this channel. And since my last visit to Covington Square, this mural has been painted on this building, and it paints a perfect picture of the Hollywood of the South. You've got In the Heat of the Night, Sparta, Mississippi, and down here at the end, you've got Boss Hogg in his Cadillac, and Bo and Luke Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard, filmed right here in Covington Square, the 1st season. And just above that, welcome to Mystic Falls, Virginia. The Vampire Diaries, also filmed here. Alright, now it's time to start this video. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome if it's your first time. Things are about to get freaky. An adaptation to Freaky Friday, filmed right here in Covington, Georgia just a couple of years ago. Actually, the movie was released in 2020, making it one of the newest filming locations I will be tracking down here on this channel. Actually, a year ago, I was sitting across here on the Dr. Sleep bench. This bench right here, not the same bench, but the same vicinity. That is where I pinpointed where Dr. Sleep was filmed. Was also a newer filming location to Covington, Georgia. Thought it'd be fun to come up here this weekend and track down this movie, Freaky Edition, a body-swapping thriller and comedy starring Vince Vaughn, who plays the Blissfield Butcher. This movie was originally supposed to be called Freaky Friday the 13th because it takes place on Friday the 13th. I really enjoyed it. I went to the theater with no expectations, had a good time, I laughed. If you haven't seen it, watch out for spoilers. It is a newer movie. I might want to put that in front. Normally I do like the 80s and 90s movies. Don't really worry about spoilers, but this one, you might want to check it out. I don't know, just throwing that out there. But I hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to do the then and now screen shot comparisons. There are some filming locations right here in downtown Covington, and then I'm going to go out and pretty much the northeast Atlanta portion of Georgia. So that's where it was predominantly filmed. But yes, welcome back to the channel. As I sung before, thank you for joining me. I am Tampa J. There's much ahead. For our first then and now freaky filming location, we begin here at Covington Square, across from the Newton County Courthouse. The Town of Blissfield sign, as seen in the movie, sat right here in front of this newer tree. In the movie, in the screenshot, you can see that there was a much larger tree. It looks like they have replaced it for some odd reason, but the Town of Blissfield sign sat right here. The camera turned this way. You can make out this building in the movie, this monument, a couple people walking down the sidewalk, and then Millie, Catherine Newton, walking down at this angle, and you can make out all these benches in the shot right here. She's walking this way. Notice over here where it says Covington on these benches, they blacked that out for continuity in the movie. And there you go, here she is walking this way. Nothing has really changed in this park. This movie is very fresh, so it makes it very easy to find where this was filmed. And then moments later, Millie comes to this gentleman that's holding the dog, petting the dog, and notice the cracks on the sidewalk. Then and now still match up. The trash cans all gone, and the beautiful magnolia tree that my mom always wants me to take a photo of every time I'm in downtown Covington. We used to spend a lot of time here when I was a kid. Her best friend lived here. Beautiful magnolia tree, which can be seen in Dr. Sleep as well. So there were only 2 scenes filmed in Freaky of downtown Covington Square. The other one is right over here on the corner at the On Location Tours building. It starts right there. The shot starts right over there. Oh yes, spooky season, love the Halloween decor. Our next filming location is right here, actually in the window of 1106. I paused the screen just right so you can make out the then and now of the 1106. One television here on the glass and one right there. And then the young man comes out of the door, walks down the sidewalk, and sees the Blissfield killer after seeing him on the TV in the window. Vince Vaughn emerging from the storefront. Actually, that's Millie in his body. And nothing has changed right here. Vince Vaughn would have been standing right here walking out. There you go, the screenshot from the movie. Also notice the green awning above his head to the left. That is still there. He walks this way when this kid notices the Blissfield Butcher. So Vince Vaughn runs across the street right here into the square. And actually there's a camera shot you can make out my favorite coffee shop that I always visit every time I'm here. The Bread and Butter Coffee Company. I always get coffee there. You can make out that behind them when we do it then and now. I got a shout out to them. Great coffee. You gotta pause it just right. It's so blurry. It happens so fast, but there you go. Bread and Butter Coffee Company. I love their coffee. Right there to the right of them. And this is where he almost gets hit by the car coming the wrong direction. In real life, fictionally, the car was coming this way and about nails Vince Vaughn there. And you can make out these buildings in the background. And right before he gets to the sidewalk here, the third building in, notice that over there? That's a Your Pie. I bought a lot of pizzas there. It's a yummy shop. Nothing has changed here. Right here is Vince Vaughn comes into Covington Square. Now there's a lot of people in the park, so I want to try to be decent and not film everyone, but right here is where Vince Vaughn encounters the gentleman we saw earlier with the dog. I'm guessing they filmed all these scenes in the same day because he's wearing the same outfit. But notice this over here, this plaque, which is a Civil War historic plaque. It is right here, and that went down right here on the corner. The trash cans were removed for the movie again. Now this car is obstructing the angle I wanted to get, but you can make out the corner of this piece right here before the lady on the sidewalk, right down there to the right. That is when she runs into the Blissfield killer and recognizes him and looks up and points at him. And there you go, here's the shot. Then and now you can make it out. Her hand was right before that piece. And there you go. He's recognized, and it's really, again, it's really just Millie Catherine Newton in his body. All right, leaving Covington, I noticed a lot of Vampire Diaries tours going on around the square this morning as I'm leaving. It is October. Everyone's getting their vampire on. Oh yeah. And for the next freaky filming location, I traveled about a half-hour northeast to Duluth, Georgia. Welcome to the Starcourt Mall from Stranger Things Season 3. Actually, welcome back to the Starcourt Mall. I did these filming locations a year ago as well. But this mall also served as a filming location for Freaky, of course. I'm gonna break down some then and now screen comparisons, but I wanted to show you that this is the same mall where they filmed Season 3 of Stranger Things, and I believe they're doing some filming here right now as well. Very secure out here, a lot of odd looking things, buses and trailers and whatnot, but it is this Beauty Master building that was used in Freaky. But first, before I show you that, I want to go back out and start with this sign where the first filming location here in Duluth began. We begin this filming location out here at this intersection before the mall. In the movie, a chase scene starts here and leads down to the beauty supply store. Much has changed here, but notice the Discount Bonanza sign in the movie was placed here before the Gwinnett Place mall sign. The sign has changed, but here you are today. There's that sign, Discount Bonanza, which is the beauty supply store that we were about to see down that way at the mall. You can also make out the blue awning here in the movie. The sign here, Tandy Key Lane, which has changed. All this has changed within the last couple years. But this is where they take a corner. What's a turner? I don't know. They take a corner and the scene begins. And actually there's one more shot of this sign back down that way. Let's go that way and check that out. Also, just want to point out, looks like an abandoned Sonic drive-in restaurant. Or maybe a Dog and Suds. I don't know. Did they have Dog and Suds in Georgia? Maybe those are just a Midwest thing. But yeah, back to the freaky filming locations, down that way. And we were up there to the right on the corner, now down the hill, showing you this screenshot out the rear view window of the car being chased. You can make out the police car just before the sign, heading this way. And here you go, then and now, the blue car taking the corner, headed towards the Gwinnett Place Mall. Notice in the background, the building, the light poles, they all match up. Pretty good then and now. But yeah, they take the corner and head this way towards the Discount Bonanza, which is right there behind me. And here you are, a similar angle as the car pulls into the parking spot, and they're all about to go in. Discount Bonanza, now Beauty Master. Looks pretty much the same. They just painted what was purple orange. and the Discount Bonanza sign just made for the film. Oh, and I just want to point out that the car parks in the 6th spot here. I could tell by counting parking spots past the manhole cover, which you see below that van to the left, and also the door and the lady in front of the door in the screenshot. Match all that up, count 6 spots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They parked right here before coming in and then going out. Also, this is the part where you see Vince Vaughn in the Aaron Rodgers mask. Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers mask. I think that's who that was. Sure did look like him. And right here, they all walk through the door. It was actually filmed in here. You can make out the drink cooler, which was disguised for the movie. The Coca-Cola sign was blocked out. But here's the screenshot of them coming through the door. Right there, in and out. Also, you can make out the wall over here as well. But yeah, that's where it happened. That's pretty much the only thing I can match up in here. Now I'm getting out. Running out, just like Vince Vaughn. All right. Excuse me. I'd like to order a cheeseburger. And I just had to do that. I couldn't resist. Okay. Let's hit the road. And we have now traveled up to Alpharetta, Georgia. Here at the Denmark High School is where most of Freaky was filmed. And we're now on campus. The main entrance to the high school is actually right over here on this side. A lot of locations were filmed out here. But first, there's a few things we gotta do. Also, there's something out here. But first, we're gonna go to the football stadium. The Denmark Danes football field was the football field seen in Freaky. Right out here is when Millie encounters the Blissfield Butcher. I'm gonna match up some screenshots. It looks exactly like it did in the movie. The scene begins after the football game. Millie and her friends walking this way. Here's the entryway that they walk out today. Notice the fence and the gutters and the awning, and in the background the bleachers. They walked right this way out to the corner to the bench where Millie would sit by herself. And here's a still shot of the widest angle you see of that scene just before the Blissfield killer Vince Vaughn walks up in the parking lot. Millie sitting on the bench. The light pole, or maybe a flagpole, long gone, would have been sitting right there. And here's a close-up of Millie sitting on the bench. She's got her head off there. She was the biting beaver mascot. And notice the fire hydrant to the left, the entryway to the stadium, the ticket house. The bench would have been right here, just placed for the movie. Millie's sitting there on the park bench looking out into the parking lot, and that's when she sees the Blissfield killer approaching her, standing out among one of these light poles. Which one was Vince Vaughn standing next to? Oh, you don't have to guess. I'll match that up for you. Here I go searching. Okay, so this is gonna be a tough one because they have switched out these light poles. They're a little different than the ones in the movie. The ones in the movie more round, but that won't stop me. I'll still find the spot. Hold on. Okay, looking at this screenshot, and because of the split rail fence in the background, then and now, that wood fence, which can be seen in the distance in the screenshot, I'm gonna say this was the pole. Vince Vaughn was kind of standing over here, looking way out to Millie over there. The Blissfield Butcher. I like his mask. So Jason here. I'm not 100% convinced that this is where that moment happened, but I will update the video if I find something else. All right, now inside the football stadium, heading out to the field. The movie was filmed here. Millie is being chased by the Blissfield Butcher around the corner through that gate. You can see in the movie, and they head this way. And it happens so fast you can't really tell, but Millie is chased by Vince Vaughn around this corner, and she runs up into the bleachers over here out towards the football field. She either goes there or around the corner. They don't really show it, but this is the vicinity of where that happened, where it was filmed, right here. And here we are inside the stadium. How cool to be here. I was watching this movie a couple nights ago. I didn't think I was gonna get in here, but I did. Very cool to be here where the movie was made. I love this. This is my favorite part. And the first moment you see the football field out here, there's a game going on. Millie in the beaver mascot costume right here among the track before the sidelines of the field, among the cheerleaders. Right here. Isn't that pretty cool? That's cool. Okay, right here in the center of the stadium, right before these steps beneath the bleachers. That's where Millie is hiding out before she is discovered by the butcher. And there's a couple of banners here, and it was opened in the movie. And that's how she popped out. She popped out right here, and then she runs across the track into the football field out there near the 40-yard line marker, and that's where the Blissfield butcher catches up with her and stabs her. Yeah, right here. There's actually a good shot of Vince Vaughn in his mask. Actually, it would have been somewhere in this vicinity. Check out his mask there. Very Jason looking. Yes, the original name of this was Freaky Friday the 13th. Placed on Friday the 13th. Been a cool name. Whoa, check it out, AstroTurf. This is a nice football field. And right here in this vicinity, about right here, you can make out the lines in this screenshot near the 50-yard line. Somewhere in this vicinity is where that stabbing takes place. There's actually a good close-up of the dagger laying out here on this same turf. Right there. Don't know if that's the spot, but you get the gist of it. Very awesome to be out here. Man. Alright, let me get on to the high school just behind here to match up some more filming locations before we go. Go Danes, Denmark Danes. Now come across the parking lot here on the corner of the school. This is where Vince Vaughn, Millie in his body, enters the school in the middle of the movie, just before all the scenes went down inside. Actually, you can make out the tennis courts behind him, and he goes over here into this door to enter the school. And we'll get over there in a minute. There's some more scenes to match up over there, but I want to break this down first. It's safe to say they have totally redone this parking lot, but in this vicinity out here, behind Vince Vaughn, you can make out the fence, the tall fence of the tennis courts there behind him as he's snooping around in the bushes, trying to be covert. And then he runs across the parking lot into the school. He comes across the parking lot, kind of comes down the sidewalk, and then enters into the building right here. And I grabbed a screenshot. You can make out the windows and the doors, and also the electrical port there. There you go, Vince Vaughn looking back this way. A little bit of then and now action here at Denmark High School. This is fun. I love this part. There you go. Go inside. There he went, right here. And over here on this side of the school, this is where the main entrance was in the movie. Right here before the entrance, matching up the screenshot, this is where Millie enters the school. BVHS right there on the 2nd to the 5th window. And she's wearing that red jacket. This is when the Blissfield killer, butcher, is inside of her. This is where she walks. And also there's an aerial shot where you can make out these cracks in the concrete. The aerial shot. There you go. She walked right down the center there into the middle doors. First time the killer, the butcher, entered. And Freaky right here in Millie's body. And right here at this angle, Vince Vaughn and the rest of Millie's friends running out the door. This is before the chase scene begins, leading up to the mall. The security guards, the school security guards, shortly behind them. Notice the doors again. And this down here hasn't changed. The painting of the curb. There you go, then and now. Woohoo. And right here, at the end of the sidewalk, is where the kids get dropped off for school. The bus to the right. I was matching up the poles here, counted 7 behind them in the screenshot. It might be a little off, but here's about the same spot then and now. Check it out, the bus would have been right over here. They were heading down to the main entrance of the high school where we just were, and they went in right there. And Freaky. Alright, enjoyed my time out here at Denmark High School. Just a couple more filming locations in store today. Got to drive a lot now. Got to drive a ton. And we've gotten rural again. I'm searching for a house, a big house.
Quarter mile, turn right onto Fritz Road.
5490 Franklin Gold Mine Road, Cummins, Georgia. Right out here on that property, on that gated property out there, is where the beginning of the movie was filmed. The giant mansion, the beginning opening scenes where the butcher first murders the kids. And this is where the dagger, the most important part, one of the most important parts, this is where the dagger is found inside the mansion, way out there on that property. A big complex here. I wish we could get out there and see it. It's out there. I looked it up. $5.5 million is what it sold for a few years back, this giant mansion. I got some screenshots to show you, but we will not be going out there without permission. And I do not know any millionaires, so I don't think them, whoever own it, those millionaires, would let us in. But right out here in Cummins, Georgia, is where Freaky began, the giant mansion back there, where we first saw the bliss-filled butcher. And for the next filming location, we come to the far side of Atlanta to Hiram, Georgia, where this outrageous mini golf indoor putt-putt place served as the indoor putt-putt place in Freaky. That's at the end of a shopping plaza. There's a Napa Auto Parts right there. Used to work for that company. And right here at the end, inside, you don't see the outside of this building in the movie, but inside is where those scenes were filmed. Outrageous. I like that name. Closed. Sorry, we are temporarily closed due to water damage. A major roof leak. Oh, that's unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. I can still match up a shot or two though, because of this U-Haul out here. Oh yeah. I was hoping to match up a couple of the games behind Millie here. You can actually make out the Jurassic Park game, which should be in there, along with the Blacklight miniature golf course. We're right on the highway. There's a lot of trucks behind me. But there is a shot of everyone standing in front of this door. And here I am standing before this door from the screenshot. You can make out the U-Haul trailer in the parking lot in the distance over their right shoulder. Our left, check out the U-Haul trailer. And I think the one on the left there, way out there, that's the same one you see in the shot. Notice there's an embankment out there, a hill before the intersection. That's Highway 6, I believe, up there. But you can make out that right there in the shot. So there you go. That's pretty much the only thing I could match up without getting inside this family fun center. Outrageous. There you go, another freaky filming location here in Hiram, Georgia. Pretty cool they filmed that. Vince Vaughn was in there, and Catherine Newton. All right, back to my rental car. We're heading back east. Well guys, welcome back to the Covington. Had to come back one more time. Actually, I'm staying here this weekend. Always like to stay in Covington. It's where I used to come when I was a kid. My mom's best friend, shout out to Angie, she's like an aunt to me, used to live here. And on our way to Florida to frequent theme parks and beaches, we'd stop in Atlanta over here in Covington and hang out here for a day or two. So I was very familiar that Covington was the Hollywood of the South. Actually, there was a Dukes of Hazzard museum that used to be up here somewhere on the corner. I think it was that building. And that's when I first learned of filming locations for Covington in the heat of the night too. Fun fact there. So I always like to come to Covington because I have a lot of memories here with my family. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thank you so much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up. If it's your first time, subscribe below. Love filming locations, love tracking them down. New movies, old movies, just stuff that I see and I say to myself, I'm like, man, I'd really like to see where that's filmed. All right guys, ending the video. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and know there's much ahead here in Covington, Georgia, Florida, Tampa, and beyond. See you next time. Be safe. Happy Halloween, kids. Happy Halloween. Oh yeah, let me check out some of this Vampire Diaries stuff behind me before I get ran over in the street like Vince Vaughn almost did in Freaky. I gotta go back that way. Oh, right over here. Right there. I've never seen the Vampire Diaries, but I ought to, as much as I frequent Covington. They have all these tours going on. Vampire stalkers, vampire tours and gift shops. There's a mural over here too. I don't know, maybe someday I'll watch it. Got a lot of things to watch. That's a cool Camaro, gentlemen. Very cool, stylish. A couple of vampires there. Yeah, I should probably watch that show sometime. That'd be fun, just to see it.